Yo, what is up, guys? RageCage20 here, and I got a double whammy for you today, as you can tell by reading the description. Not the description, the title of the video, probably, I would imagine. I'm putting a two-parter here. First off, I gotta go through my usual rigmarole with the 500 subscriber video. Say my thanks, say what's coming in the future, you know how it goes, and then I want to give you a double slap, bomb, and hit you with the computer video that I talked about. I wanted to show you guys a while ago. And this is actually my second time recording this because for some reason my assumption is the way I was doing the cropping on the recording, when I put it into my video editing software, it was just all green. Not sure why. And then it refused to actually process into a video, and it was stupid. So I'm doing it again. Hi, how's it going? So first things first, as you can tell if you've been listening to my videos and or stream that I put out like a day or two ago, I think 2 days, I do not have a Facecam, which I usually do for this, and I know, I'm sure you're crushed, you're heartbroken. You don't get to see the majestic beauty that is my face. I get it. Please don't cry. It's okay. I feel you. Eventually I'll get a face cam, but it's kind of down the line in the works right now, so it is what it is. But first things first, yo, guys, girls, ladies, gents. 500 subscribers. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit. Let's talk about that. And I know I say that every fucking time, every 100 subscribers, but like, you gotta understand, like, you guys are used to seeing like those high up people that got millions of subscribers. It's just like, 500 ain't shit, but you gotta think where it came from. Like, first off, a random Let's Player that knew nobody, didn't have any like high up people who could be like, hey, go check out this person, I think he's pretty good. No support there, just came out of the woodwork, came from nothing, came from 7 subscribers that were 6 of my friends and then 1 random person that I've never met before in my life, to 500. That is absolutely nuts. Like, that is crazy. I mean, 2 years ago we had 300 subscribers. 11 months ago we had 400 subscribers. In just 11 months we went 400 to 500, and it seems that I'm getting about 100 subscribers a year, which is pretty bitchin'. I'll take that. Hell yeah. Because as I mention every year, and of course I'm going to mention again. When I started this, I had no plans on being well known. I had no plans on being famous, and I still have no plans on being famous, because the more attention I don't get, the better, because it is like is a fear of mine that a student might find me and like show their parents, be like, hey, this is my teacher, and they're gonna be like, we're calling the district. Because not that I have really any bad content or whatever, it's just, I cuss a lot, and for some reason parents seem oblivious to the fact that their child curses more than I do. It's so weird how it's just like, I mean, you were a kid once, you know how much you curse. Do you think your kid's not going to? You're going to protect them? Like, please. Kids these days are cursing when they're like 10, if not younger. Like, they have a sailor's mouth by the time they're 10. Like, parents, you need to stop kidding yourself. Your kid cusses like a fuck ton. So, get over yourself. But, so I've never really wanted a lot of attention or to be paid for this. And that's definitely the intention. The only way I would ever want to receive money is not from YouTube. Cause fuck YouTube. Not YouTube itself, but fuck the whole like paying ad system and shit like that. YouTube can't own me. Cause I don't let them. But through maybe Twitch or whatnot if you guys ever want to donate that way. Do not mind, but I do not expect to get paid for this. I do not expect any revenue or anything. I just do this for fun, because it's just what I do. It's part of my career, really. I mean, when I started this, I wanted to get to at least 100 subscribers, so I knew that at least one person was watching my videos on a consistent basis. And the goal really is, like, I just want to be able to take somebody and be able to give them a laugh every now and then, or just enjoyment, and help them forget about the horrible, unforgiving, destructive world in which we live in, and just give them a moment to where they can just be happy, or just be distracted from everyday life. That's really what the goal is here, and I feel like I've achieved that at least a few times in some people's lives, and that really does bring me joy, because as a musician, as a music teacher, that's what we do, is we spend hours learning stuff to entertain people and just give them brief distraction from the world which they live in, and just in those moments they can feel emotions that they might not feel that often, like happiness or sorrow, or some kind of interesting intrigue or confusion, or whatever emotion you can bring across through music. And so that's why I do this in the long run. I mean, my new goal is, like, I kind of want to get to 1,000 subscribers, which, if we're going at the rate at which we're going, that would be about approximately 5 years. But who knows, that it could pick up, it could slow down, you never know. Because I feel like at that point I would have at least a large enough following that would actually come join me on streams, I could actually interact with, have conversations with, just to have a good time with my fan base, and that's really what it's all about. But if I reach that, if I don't reach that, it doesn't really matter, because I have a good time doing this. And yeah, so on the horizons, from what you're noticing, I'm finally able to upload 2 videos a day again, because I used to just put up 1 video a day, and now I'm finally in a place where I can upload 2 videos, because it literally has just been things like back to back. This was just for a long time was I can't get my computer's shit together. I need a new computer, and then I need to actually fix my new computer. Now I'm working every day at crazy hours, so I don't really have that much time to record. And then after that, it's just been going through a lot of stuff that I've been trying to get my life rebalanced, because things are switching up constantly, and I'm being busier than I used to be, and then there's weeks like this week where I'm not, and I can record a fuck ton, and so I'm finally getting myself onto a schedule where I can actually record more. And I got so many episodes of World of Warcraft, and now a bunch of other stuff ready to go, so now I can actually give you 2 videos, give you World of Warcraft every day, because I gotta get these World of Warcraft videos out, because I have so many. I really have so many. We've just started with Red Ridge, and I'm already in Stranglethorn Vale, man. It's it's just crazy how many videos I have. So I'm trying to get that every day, and switching between Franbo and Indivisible, because I'm really enjoying those games, and I want to record them and put them out. And of course, I got new stuff. I've always got new things and thoughts of stuff on the horizon that I want to start doing, for ongoing projects that I want to get done. I definitely want to. I'm definitely going to continue Portal Knights, but for those of you who was enjoying that, but I recorded that back when I recorded Jack and Dexter, and if you looked at any of the save files, if you watched through that video, that was completed in December of last year. So Portal Knights was recorded around the same time, maybe January of this year. So it's been a while. I just never really had an opportunity to where I needed to put those out, or was ready to put those out yet, until I literally was hey, I'm out of videos. It's time to start putting out Jack and Dexter and Portal Knights, because that's all I got left. And so, definitely going to get back and finish Portal Knights and whatnot. And right after I was done with Jack and Dexter, I was on that Jack and Dexter hype. So I actually have five parts of. Good to know. Sorry, random text, which happened in the last one too. That just distracted me. Yeah, I actually got 5 parts of Jack 2 done, and I do plan on jumping back to that. But like my Pokemon series, I like to spread sequels and whatnot out from each other, so it's not just non-stop uh, Jack and Dexter. You get a little break from it, and then it comes back and whatnot, or something like that. But I don't think I'm ever going to finish Borderlands. Unless, because people didn't really seem interested in that anyways. And so, and I've kind of lost my Borderlands kick. Maybe Borderlands 3 if I ever get hold of that, because I hear it's pretty good, but who knows. But yeah, I'm not going to finish that unless asked to, which I doubt people can ask for. I don't know about Half-Life 2. If anyone even knows I even did Half-Life 2 at this point, because that was years ago. I only did like the first 5 or 7 parts. I think it was 5 parts of fucking Half-Life 2, and then jumped onto other stuff because Skyrim came out. And I've always left it there as like, one day I'm gonna come back to this bitch, and I think I will, because like I don't even remember anything about Half-Life 2. So if I ever came back to it, I'd be like, hey, you guys remember this old game? Let's find out what happens with it. So that might be entertaining. That might come back. I definitely want to finish up Final Fantasy X. I just with the Dark Aeons and the final extra content boss. That's Penance, I believe his name is. That's supposed to be like super fucking hard. So I do want to finish that up. I just haven't got around to it. And Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy fucking 13. Let me tell you about Final Fantasy 13. I, in theory, want to beat that game. Purely because I want to beat every Final Fantasy game at some point. I've already beaten 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 10, 2, and I've gotten decent chunks in other games. Like, I think I got like 3/4 of the way through 5 before I just never finished it. Before I lost my save file and whatnot. So I want to, in theory, beat all the Final Fantasy games. But every time I play Final Fantasy 13, I get the feeling that I can only describe as being dragged naked. Well, at least shirtless, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't have to be fully naked. Just the fact that bare flesh being dragged by a horse-drawn carriage over sharp, jagged rocks would be the only way to describe my emotions playing that game. It's really bad. But one day maybe I might finish it. It's definitely not out of the question. I just gotta be feeling it, Jesus. Anywho. So yeah, definitely got games on the horizon. Haven't worked on anything yet. The only, I'm just working on the 4 games I'm working on now. Both World of Warcraft, Fran, not Fran. I like to say Fran because I believe her name is German, or at least European, and that's how they would pronounce it. So you know what, Fran. Anywho. Franbo and Indivisible. Once I finish up one of those games, I'll probably move on to something else. Definitely, I really want to just sit down and finish Season 3 of World of Warcraft for sure. Just so it's just kind of out of the way, so I can just move it, classic World of Warcraft in its place. Because I still do want to do one more season of standard World of Warcraft. But it is what it is. Anywho, so yeah, that's what's on the horizon. Definitely gonna continue streaming once I can get back to a dedicated streaming schedule, which will probably be the same time it was. Then I'll definitely want to do that. However, I don't think I'm gonna be bringing back Multiplayer Monday because Most multiplayer games I have, I don't really enjoy. League of Legends is a 50-50. Magic the Gathering Arena, I don't like playing against people. Like, the only reason I have that there that you can see is because I like playing the decks I've created against computers. I don't like playing against real people because, well, I feel, as I've expressed many times when playing that game, I feel like I like to create like unique, fun decks that have a cool theme, like my Nissa's like win with lands deck, like turning lands into creatures, just massive landfall deck kind of stuff. Like that's like a lot of fun to me. It may not be the strongest deck, but it's like a lot of fun to play. And everyone else just plays how can I win by turn 3 decks. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna build a nothing but kill card deck and just piss everyone off because I can. I fucking hate it. I hate playing against real people because it's so fucking annoying. That everyone just builds stupid asshole decks and it's just not fun. So I really don't like playing against people, but no one wants to watch me play against computers, so there's no reason to stream that. And yeah, again, League of Legends is fucking 50-50 for me. And part of me wants to download Apex Legends again and just like see if I can get really good at the game, because watching Shroud, I think his name is, play that, I was just like fucking inspired. It's just like, how the fuck do you even do half of that? Like, I want to just practice and get to that level. Like, that would be so much fun to play that game if I could play it like that. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So Multiplayer Monday is probably not going to come back, but definitely, if you haven't checked me out, like RageCage20 on twitch.tv, it's really easy to find. Same name, same picture as my YouTube account. Super easy to find. But yeah, I'm having fun streaming like long games that I don't want to make necessarily videos of YouTube, except for, well, they will be eventually put into a playlist on YouTube. But you know, when I complete the game. But I'm doing Kingdoms of Amalur right now, which is an insanely long game, but it's really fun. And like Grim Dawn, and I do want to do you go through Metro Last Light and like Super Panda Adventures and it's like stuff like random stuff like that. Definitely gonna keep Weird Game Wednesday in there because it helps me play through a lot of my Steam games that I've never played before and probably wouldn't play without some push like that. So yeah, so you know, expect that on the horizon. Stuff like that. Gonna keep streaming, do those 4 games. Really want to crank out World of Warcraft and just stuff like that. So I hope that things enjoy you. I've seen a little bit more of people branching out to newer stuff that I do besides World of Warcraft, and I do appreciate that. That doesn't go unnoticed. That is really cool. But I'm going to switch this over now to my computer that I built. I, again, don't have a webcam, and the video wasn't really working well on my phone, so I just took pictures of it and sent pictures to myself. And I'm going to go through them here. I have to fucking find the text again so I can bring up the stats of it and whatnot, or the numbers and everything. There it is, right here. Okay, so we'll go with the first picture here. Boom, that is my case. It is let me find it here, this one here, the Fractal Design Focus G-ATX Mid-Tower Case. And by the way, I'm going to read out all the actual name and title, which is usually long, just in case for any reason you want to get the same parts as myself. I don't know if I would, I wouldn't not recommend it because it seems to be working well for me, but like I didn't pick any of these parts, so I can't be like, this is the shit, definitely pick these parts. Like, I don't know, they seem to be working, that's all I can say. I like computers, but I don't know like a lot of details about computers. I know CPUs pretty well, and I know graphics cards pretty well. That's it. I don't know anything else in depth about computers. I just kind of know how to work them, and that's about it. So yeah, this is the design of it. I really like this design. I really love the way it looks. I love the white outlines of the fans. I love the 2 fans at the front of the case because it helps push extra heat out of my computer, as well as the fan in the back that's attached to the CPU. I really enjoy just its overall design and and everything. It has a really nice inside. Of course, I have an Asus CD drive, CD DVD drive. Everyone goes with that choice, but I needed a way to install Windows 10. And I like the option to be able to put discs in, because apparently no one uses discs anymore, and like I do occasionally. I have a bunch of, like, I have the whole fucking 5-season set of Kenan and Kel on DVD. You can't just like find that online, you know what I mean? But nothing has disc drives anymore, you know. So you know, I kind of enjoy seeing shit like that. I don't know. Anywho, that is the front ones there. The back side here. This is the guts, the side of it, the inside here. I'm going to go to the top here. The CPU that's underneath this fan right here. We have an Intel Core i7 6700 4 gigahertz quad core processor. And I've heard bad things about the i9, and it's expensive as fuck. I hear it just overheats really easily. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just kind of what I've heard. And I had an i5, I believe. Yeah, I had an i5, and I was like, you know, I want to upgrade to an i7. Get more power in there, just and whatnot. So I definitely went with that. This right here, the cooler, the fan I got for my CPU. This is a long one. Prepare yourself. The Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, or EVO, however you want to pronounce it. 82.9 CFM sleeve bearing CPU cooler. So pretty much just the Cooler Master Hyper CPU cooling device here. Which, I mean, a lot of people, the people I brought this into when they were helping me fix it, was like, ah, that's a really cool fan, right? That's a really good one. I'm like, oh, well, shit, awesome. My buddy knows how to pick them, I guess. So, you know, it's pretty decent. The motherboard that this is all resting on right around here, we got the ASRock B250M HDV Micro ATX LGA 1151 motherboard. So pretty much it's a ASRock Micro ATX motherboard. And I don't know much about motherboards. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if any of those numbers is good or not. All I know is it seems to be working really well. It was a pretty straightforward to set up motherboard. The cords were pretty well placed, or the plugins were pretty well placed for the chassis cords and whatnot. So seemed good to me. You know, I don't know. And these two things, it's kind of hard to see in this picture. You can see the bottom of it right here. It stretches up these things right here next to this cord. The two is the memory that got plugged in. I think it's Corsair, Corsair. I don't know. I call it Corsair, but you know, Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigabyte, 8 gigabytes. So both of them are 8 gigabytes. 2 of them put in DDR4 3000 memory. So those bad boys is what gave me the problem, because they weren't pushed in all the way originally, but we'll get into that here in a second. The down here in this nice little slot that comes with the case, which is really nice, the cords plug into the back side and whatnot, is the hard drive. It's a Western Digital Caviar, whatever, blue 1 terabyte 3.5 7200 RPM internal hard drive. I mean, you know, just standard one terabyte hard drive, good size, nice easy slot in. Over here, this big bitch plugged in, which is fucking massive, by the way, is the graphics card. I have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 8 gigabyte video card. And I wanted a 1070. I think I had a 1070 in my last one as well. One day I would love to upgrade to a very powerful, a more powerful video card, but I mean, everything looks great. It runs smoothly. It's just no problems with it. No reason to get rid of it or change anything now. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, and of course, the last one down here, the power supply. Of course, the DVD slot is up here. This right here is slot right there. Is the let's see here, Corsair RMX 2018, 650 watt, I assume the W means watt, 80 plus gold certified, fully modular ATX power supply. Pretty much, it's the Corsair RMX series number 650. I think it goes all the way from like 100 to like 1200 or some shit like that. I don't know. There's a bunch in the series, but so those are all the all the parts to my computer. Now, to kind of answer off of a comment that one of my newer subscribers, said that my story about building this PC made him or her. I assume it's a him, but I don't like to assume. So him or her, or anywhere in between, of course. Made him nervous to build his own PC, and I gotta say that like if you've never built a PC before and you don't have anyone helping you out, it is very doable. It's just it takes a lot of work and it's nerve-wracking as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Really, looking back at it now that I've built one, I fully believe I could build another one really a lot easier with very little problems, because once you do it once, it's like, oh, it's pretty simple. It's just, you know, there's a few difficulties, and all honesty, the hardest part that I personally believe that the hardest part of this was the fan and the power supply. Everything else was simple. But what I had to do was I had 4 different manuals just laid out. One for the 1.1 for the fan, one for the motherboard, one for the power supply, and one for the case itself. I just had to keep constantly referencing them, because when you build your own computer, like if you look up a video, there is a certain point to where it's like, okay, this part of the video I can't help you, because your fan, your power supply is different than mine, and it will act differently. There'd be different parts to it. There could be different parts to it. It could be plugged in a different way. If you don't have my fan, I can't show you how to set it together. So that was kind of the hard part. Is like I had to go look up a separate YouTube video or Google video, whatever, for the fan, for the power supply. Like there's a part where it's just like, okay, now I'm completely on my own. I have to use this manual plus videos I can maybe find online to figure out how this one gets plugged in compared to the other ones. And that was really the hard part, because the manuals are vague as fuck. like they kind of show you where shit is, but not really. A lot of it is kind of like your best judgment, and that's really the most difficult part. But the silver lining is that I put a PC together by myself. If I can do it, you can do it. Like, trust me. When I went into this, I was just like, you know what? I don't know anything about putting a computer together, but you know what? Fuck it. I've gotten a bachelor's degree. I've gotten a master's degree. My research skills are top notch. I can figure this shit out. It might take me a long time, which was 9 hours over 3 sessions, by the way, but I will figure this shit out, and I can do it. And when I did, like, not only do I feel like I have a computer that I can trust because I put it together, I know everything that's inside it, and if something goes wrong, I can probably figure it out and replace it for much cheaper. And my own, by myself, not actually having to pay people to do it for me. But like, I trust everything in here. I know what's in there, so I know how strong or not it is, and it just made me feel good. Like, it made me feel smart, and it made me feel accomplished when I finished it. When I finally got everything figured out, which, by the way, the only mistake I made was not pushing these little bitches, these RAM, this memory in far enough. But then again, I didn't know how delicate or not a motherboard was, and I wasn't about to start shoving all my weight onto a motherboard. Fuck that. Wasn't gonna happen. But that was the only mistake I made. Besides that, I just didn't have an HDMI cable for my computer. That's why or my monitor, which is why it wasn't working. But yeah, that's the only thing internally that I messed up. And that was just pushing it farther in. Like, that was it. So it's really not as hard as it seems. It's just a lot of research. So I highly do recommend, if you got the money to do it, just note that it is a little nerve-wracking, because the parts that you're holding are anywhere between like $30, which was like the DVD drive, to like $400, which I believe was like the fucking graphics card. You're holding these like $400 landmines in your hand, and I didn't feel like paying an extra $100 per part to warranty them. So it's like if I fuck this up, it just damages slightly, I'm out $400. That's nerve-wracking as fuck. Besides that, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. So I do highly recommend it. Anywho, I hope this time the video's not as long as it was last time. But this time it was kind of a 2-in-1. But again, to wrap everything up, thank you guys so much for your continued support. I hope to see you continue forward with me into the future, because there's a lot of things I know that I need to improve on and want to improve on. Because I know, listening back to some of my videos as I'm putting them together, I still have a problem sometimes puffing a little too loud into a microphone, breathing too heavy into a microphone or whatnot. And I believe that will be fixed when I get my own standing microphone with a puff guard and everything, and be able to help reduce that. Because I'll get to that. Which is definitely the next thing, computer-wise, I want to upgrade is into a standing microphone. I've been wanting it for a while. I just right now working on paying off my computer that you see before you, and still paying off my car, which I got like half of both those paid off, almost done. And then I can immediately move over to my into the new microphone and whatnot. And I'm working on not breathing too hard into a microphone and whatnot. I'm working on trying to remember to breathe quietly, which is why there's slight half second to second pauses sometimes in between words and whatnot. It's because I'm consciously breathe and then talk, not breathe and talking at the same time, which causes that huge intake of breath. And I'm trying really hard to focus on that and not puff too much air out at once, which has kind of been spiking recently in the videos I listen to. So just know I don't have, I do this for fun. I don't have the top tier PewDiePie, Markiplier, Game Grumps quality microphones and stuff, or team to edit my shit and whatnot. I do this solo with the best quality stuff that I can get myself, which is, I don't get paid any money to do this, so it's not the best. Of course I got bills and stuff to pay me, you know what I mean? So, I hope you appreciate the quality of someone who's just, winging it, really. That I feel that itself has its own kind of homely, down to earth. He's not professional quality, but it's just being there with your buddy, talking to your buddy on Discord or something. He may not got the best mic, but he tries. Something like that. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys continue to enjoy what I bring to you. And try to get some different stuff in there recording wise. Please come join me on Twitch. No donations needed whatsoever. I just want some homies to talk to while I'm streaming. That'd be a good time. And keep doing you. You guys out there, you keep doing you. Stay healthy. And I will see you guys